Hello and welcome everyone, this is Calebovitsch coming to you with another episode of Deck Check. And today we have a very special guest with us, the man behind Team Rankstar, Aphelion. Could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for taking the time to have me on the show. I appreciate it. My name is Aphelion. I am 30. I live in Portland, Oregon. I've been playing Eternal since open beta, like sometime in 2017.
Oh, that's a long time.
I think it was open beta anyway. And so, I got really involved in the Eternal community when I was first playing, and I was really active doing things. And, it was really a great experience. And I've been fairly active in the Eternal community, at least on the back end, for some time now. And it's something that I really enjoy. And as such, I started Team Rankstar, and we've been doing stuff and providing content. And
yes, we have.
Absolutely participating in the competitive scene for Eternal for a little while now, and we have no intention of stopping. So that's a little bit about me.
Choo, can't stop this train. Okay, so I think it was a week or 2 weeks ago where you actually told me, could I make a deck for you? And that was supposed to be Fire, Time, Shadow, Sentinel, Reanimator. Sentinel because you have a sentiment for this deck as far as I know, right?
Yep, absolutely. It was about the time that it started becoming, I can't remember what the card was printed. I think it was Stirring Stands, that's the card that kind of defined the deck. But around the time that came out, I essentially took that list more or less to Masters.
Nice.
I think I used, what's it called? Skycrag aggro for the final push, but I took it, well through gold and well into diamond, and it was a lot of fun to play. It does things that I really enjoy doing, which is, cheating in big fatties and, having really egregious things happen. And the Great Killing Titan is like one of the most busted cards, and it's hard to justify paying, 10 mana or whatever it is, or 8 mana for it, but it's really fun when you can cheat it into play on turn 4. And I mean, if you get that engine going, and they can't answer it right away, it pretty much seals up the game by like turn 6 or 7.
Okay, you said it costs 8 mana instead of 8 power. Speaking of mana, did you play any Reanimators in Magic?
Yeah, so actually Reanimator has kind of been my go-to archetype in multiple card games, and I still, I have a hard time with terminology sometimes, but it's funny, some decks don't call it, or some games don't call it Reanimator, they call it, Graveyard Strategy or Voidbound Strategy or whatever, what have you, but I've played a lot of Magic, or Reanimator in Magic. I've played Reanimator in Tepin, I've played Reanimator in The Elder Scrolls Legends.
Cool.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, I still remember, I think it was like 13 or 15 years ago, where Extended was still a format in Magic, and I just went to a local tournament in a neighboring city and went turn 1, Entomb, a Chroma. Yeah. Turn 2, what was the one cost called? Reanimate? Reanimate. Just Reanimate, yeah. The namesake of the Reanimator deck.
Yeah, absolutely. You're like, I'll take 9 damage, but whatever, I'm going to kill you, so this is fine.
Okay, so without any further ado, here's the deck. I actually called it Void Exploring, version 1.05 right now. Void Exploring because, well, it's not Graveyard here, it's the Void. Ooh.
Spooky.
Jeepers creepers, it's the Void! Okay, so anyway, I took what you said to heart of the vault and built this little thingy here. So yeah, we have some Sentinels, we have some Reanimates, we have some ways of feeding the Void. It's called Exploring because Stirring Sands, the cards you named, plays a Sentinel from your Void, exhausted, unfortunately, but for each of your Explorers you may pay 2, additional 2 to this 4, to this initial 4, and exhaust it to play an additional Sentinel from your Void, also exhausted. Unfortunately, I was only able to find one decent Explorer for the deck, the Trailmaker. But yeah, let's... I'll just go through the cards in a moment, but what do you think about this list? Does it remind you a lot of what you were playing some time ago?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very similar, except Emerging Colossus I don't think was a thing. And
it's a card from the Dusk Road.
Yeah, or so I guess it was a thing, but it wasn't in the particular list that I was playing. The list that I was playing was a bit more, or it was a bit like more low end. Basically, it only had 2 Great Killing Titans, a Heart of the Vault, and then it had 4 Sandstorm Titans. And so it kind of also was able to play a decent mid-range game. And I liked Sandstorm Titan obviously because it's just such a versatile card. It's a big, it's got a really great stat line, and then also
great stat line is just not naming it correctly. I mean, exactly. I came to this game. I played mono red because I was mono fire because I was free to playing it after I started playing it almost a year ago. And each time I saw someone playing time and they went, turn 2, I'll play a 3-3, Teacher of Humility. Turn 4, I'll play a 5-6. Turn 5, I'll play a 6-7. What the heck?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I would say it's probably one of the most defining cards, or it is definitely one of the most defining cards of Eternal. Yeah, and it's been around since, forever. And I don't think they'll ever really change it, but it's one of those it's so influential that I also don't think it's ever really going to.
I mean, also speaking thematically about the theme of this game, this card has been here since before the beginning of the game, because Sentinels, like stirring in the sands, etc., etc. Anyway, you said you were running some more low-end units like Sandstorm Titan.
Yeah, exactly. And so basically, instead of emerging, it was a very similar list. Merchants were a thing when I was playing it, but I think it's more or less this exact same list minus 4 emerging Colossus, add 4 Sandstorm Titans, and then I think the removal suite is slightly different.
Okay.
But outside of that, yeah, it was pretty much card for card.
I mean, when we're speaking of Sentinels. When we're speaking of Sentinels just as units, especially the big ones costing 6 or more, what do we have? We have, from the new ones, we have Waystone Titan that we're not playing in this deck. That is a 6-cost triple fire 5/7 charger. When it hits the enemy player, you get +6 power this turn. But this card is actually more centric to the Praxis Even Sentinel deck that has been seeing play lately. What else? No, Core Scavenger, get out of here. Panoptic Guardian, 2/5 with Ambush for 6. No.
Yeah.
Pillar of Amar, maybe. Emerging Colossus, but I'll get to that later. There is also Novaquake Titan, and I was running 1 copy in the market for some time. I'm not running it now, but I mean, it could be a thing, especially if you have it.
Yeah, Novaquake actually was something that I played with for a decent amount, and I ended up taking out the 2 copies that I was playing originally, but there were multiple games that I won on the back of a Novaquake. It just, again, gets, it's really clunky when it gets caught in your hand, and if you don't have a way of pitching it to the void, it just kind of sits there. I mean, you can still cast it, which is nice, but it's also really, it's not a card you want to see early, and too often you get it too early.
Yes, but there's the additional thing. If you reanimate it, it's just a 10/11.
Just a 10/11, yep, absolutely.
Just a 10/11. Only when you bond it does the silence everything and return it back. The one-sided upheaval.
Nowadays, I don't think the 10/11 body is nearly as impressive, but at the time of the Dusk Road, it was, a force to be reckoned with. But there's just so many powerful things happening that, I don't think it's quite good enough.
I mean, here at the end, we have an additional Sentinel that I was thinking about, Stone Scar Leviathan. On Entomb, the enemy player's health becomes 7. And I was even playing a couple of these in one of the first iterations of the deck, but then I just dropped it. I don't know, have you been playing it at all in the old versions?
No, I tinkered with the idea of it. I remember reading, looking at this card, and obviously it has the Sentinel keyword, but the problem is that I don't know, I didn't really feel like it was good enough to ever really want to like hard cast, and then it would only be kind of like a miser Sentinel maybe, and even at that point it's not quite good enough. It's if there was, looking at the word entomb, if there was an entomb effect essentially that allowed you to search your deck for a card and put it directly into the void, I think this would be a really great silver bullet. But since there isn't that effect quite yet, I don't think it's quite good enough.
Okay. So we browse the Sentinels yet again. I'll just tell everyone what this deck is right now is about, and then we'll get to if you want to do some changes before we head and play some games with it.
Sounds great.
So the goal of this deck is to get a couple of big units, put them into play as fast as possible, even before turn 6, 8, or 9, as you can see it. So we have the, I think the most renowned Sentinel of them all, Heart of the Vault, a 6-cost Praxis Sentinel with Warp that on summon deals 2 damage to an enemy, even a sight, and you get to draw a card and you get to reduce its cost by 2. So it's everything you want on a unit, really. And given Eternal's push to allowing you to play almost any cards and being quite easy on the influence, there's plenty of dual powers in the game. You can search back one of my previous deck check videos where I splashed Tazboo, the 5 shadow unit, into a mono fire deck and was able even to play it once or twice. That was just a thought experiment. The perfect Sentinel here is the Great Kiln Titan, 8 cost, fire, 9/7. That 9/7 sometimes comes into effect, but the ability is where this card excels. When you play a relic, deal damage equal to its cost to an enemy. At the end of your turn, play the top card of your deck for free, even if it's a power. You still get to power up. My question to you: I'm not running any relics main deck. I'm running one in the market. How did it look in the previous iterations? Were there any relics played? Power Stones, maybe?
At one point, I played a more Explorer-heavy version that played I can't remember what the name... It's not a Veteran Explorer. The Explorer that gets plus X when you have a certain amount of relics, Anyway, point being is I played a bunch of Power Stones and like various ramp effects. And then I think a couple of like rings or something, but basically ramping into either the opportunity to play a Sentinel or like a Reanimate type. It was more of a Sentinel mid-range deck that had just like sort of a reanimation backup plan, but it allowed you to ramp into a Great Kiln Titan, usually by turn 6 or 7, if everything was firing on all cylinders, and then the relic playing clause came into effect. But the most important part of text on that card is the fact that basically even if it's what's the word for tapped? I'm sorry, it's escaping me right now.
Exhausted.
Even depleted. If it's exhausted, even if it's depleted, it still gets that effect, and that's the most important part of that card.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the last Sentinel here is the Emerging Colossus from Duskroad. It's a 9-cost time unit, 7/9 with Overwhelm, so the opposite of Great Kiln Titan, kind of, sort of. When Emerging Colossus hits the enemy player, draw a card with cost 6 or more from your void and reduce its cost by 6. So I was thinking and running just 2 of them for a while, but this is an additional reanimation effect for you, effectively, because you get back your Great Kiln Titan. You don't play it for free, but you get to play it for 2. And essentially playing a Great Kiln Titan for 2 is like playing it for free. If you get your Heart of the Vault back, you literally get to play it for free. Literally. So this is actually you're reanimating a unit that's reanimating further units. So that's why this is here, actually. There are some units to help with all of this, obviously. The main one is Sporefolk, the best Feed Your Void card in the game currently. A lowly 2-cost shadow unit, a 1/2, just a roadblock that on summon discards the top 5 cards of your deck, and hopefully all of them are big Sentinels. The other cards that allow you to fill your void is the Power, Chairman's Contract. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Unfortunately, it gives you no influence whatsoever, and in a 3-color deck it might be a small handicap for you. Also, there is the Stone Scar Quarry, a 2-cost spell. Draw one of the top 2 cards of your deck and reduce its cost by 1. Discard the other and hope it's a Sentinel. Unless you just want to get your Heart of the Vault and play it for 5. Works for me. You still get to ramp things up, because you don't need to play these cards from your void to win. You can just ramp up to them. And your ramp up effects are, one of them is Trailmaker, a 2-cost 2-1 time unit that gives you +1 maximum power while it's in play. And on summon, you gain an influence of your choice permanently. And given that your requirements are triple fire, triple time, and double shadow, this is a very important effect. This is also the only explorer in the deck. I mean 4 of, but still the only explorer in the deck that allows you to ramp up your Stirring Sands and reanimate even more Sentinels at once. Rounding up units are just 2 copies of Back Alley Delinquent, the shadow unit that you often see in different reanimators, the shadow-based reanimators, because on summon you can discard a card from your hand to create a Sabotage. That is a spell that just makes the opponent discard a spell or attachment from their hand, like a negate or something. Also, you got 4 merchants. In this version, I chose to run 4 Aurelian merchants, so that you can have 3 copies of Stirring Sand main deck and an additional copy of Stirring Sand in the market, which means you literally have 7 copies. Sort of. Kind of. I mean, you need 1 to get the ball rolling. 25 power, augmented by 3 Seek power. Just 3 Seek power because I was looking for a spot for an additional card, and usually Seek power is the first card I shave off unless it's a very heavy and power-intensive control deck. Next, there is the removal suite of 4 Torch, 4 Annihilate, and 4 Banish, and I don't think I need to explain those cards. And rounding out 3 copies of Stirring Sand, where you get to play a Sentinel from your Void Exhausted, and 2 copies of Grasping at Shadows, where you get to play any unit from your Void, and it comes into play ready. The only thing that I have left out so far is the market. And I'm gonna do a reverse sweep on the market. So I'll start off with Xenon Temple. I mean, it's the go-to follow-up card when you just want to play something good, when you want to follow up the Merchant. And given that you're playing Aurelian Merchant, usually the follow-up market card is a 4-cost. This time it can be a 5-cost because Aurelian Merchant also gives you +1 max power. Xenon Temple, aside from the fact that you get to steal everything that dies from each of your opponent's unit that dies back into your void, so you can reanimate it. So if you're playing against Firetime Primal and they play Hearts of the Vault and you kill them, you get them back, you can reanimate their Hearts of the Vault, etc, etc. Also, this card gives you Xenon Initiation, which gives one of your Sentinels +1/+1 and Killer. You get to kill something, and you get to reanimate it later, and this comes into effect more than once. You get your 4th copy of Stirring Sand. You get your Sabertooth Pride Leader. This is the relic removal of choice if enemy plays, I don't know, Martyr's Chains or Sphetia's Sanctum or stuff like that. You get to destroy it. This is also the anti-aggro card. So 2 in 1. That's why this is here instead of Disjunction. We also get Lumen Reclaimer. If you hate your opponent's void strategies, you get to shuffle it back. Or if you're playing against me and I'm playing one of my mill decks, that's also good. Bless you.
Thank you.
And the last card, I'm not playing a power in the market, which is usually not something you should do, but this is a very special card for me. I was looking for a time card that acts like a Crystallize or a Cloud of Ash, so that on a very crowded board, you get to exhaust all the enemy units and you get to attack through them. So instead of attacking through them, you give your Sentinels Endurance and Overwhelm, mainly for the Overwhelm. I mean, Emerging Colossus has Overwhelm, but the Great Kiln Titan and Heart of the Vault don't. Also, this gives your Sentinels Endurance, so if you're playing against someone who is counting on their permafrosts, they're in for a surprise. The clause of +1 max power for each of your explorers doesn't come into effect. It's usually just for the final push of the Overwhelm on your Sentinels. Sometimes for Endurance on your Sentinels. Okay, so this is my take on the deck. I have not played this archetype before I made this deck, per your requests. So what do you think? Would you like to make some changes to it?
So I'm looking at my old list. That's what I pulled up. And, one of the biggest differences that I had is I basically had no Sporefolk. I had 4 back alley delinquents, and then I had 2 learned herbalists.
So you just discard from your hand, not from the top of your deck.
Right, and the reason why is that I tested Sporefolk at one point, and the problem is that too often you would end up pitching your reanimate spells, honestly.
Yes.
In a world where reread is a thing, it's fine in those colors, but if you're playing these particular colors, it's a little bit harder, to recover from losing one of your reanimate spells. So that was something that I preferred. That being said, I think it's definitely worth trying out and seeing how you feel about it. I leaned a little bit less on the actual ramp package and just more on the straight, play stuff, which I'm not exactly sure was particularly great, because I also played, instead of Emerging Colossus and Trailmaker, I had ended up playing Aurelian Merchant, and then I played a Zendel. So a Zendel was just essentially to start, drawing cards once you're at that point in the game. And there was a lot of times where, you end up playing a Zendel off of the Great Kiln Titan, and that just feels so fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Xenon Temple wasn't out at the time that I was playing this deck primarily, and so I had one in the market as well, and that was fantastic. I also played. Didn't play a Luminary Acclaimer because I wasn't encountering too much hate there, but I did play a Heart of the Vault in the side or in the market, which allowed me to kind of to grab it when I needed it, and that I tested that in different configurations. I played all 4 in the main board, and then one in the market, and I generally preferred to be able to just grab one when I needed it, and it just kind of helped me get some velocity with the deck, which I liked a lot. But otherwise, I think overall this is a really great place to start. The only main changes that I would probably make are I would probably pitch Sporefolk personally, and then go into either the Learned Herbalist or another way to pitch cards. But that seems like probably the best way. And then the removal suite is fine. At the time there were a lot more primal. Or a lot more primal justice decks that were problematic, and so I was playing in Aegis. Cold Blood. What's that?
Aegis decks? Huru Aegis decks?
Specifically decks that just played problematic justice creatures. So I was playing, or justice units, so I was playing in Cold Blood, but I don't think in Cold Blood's good anymore. So other than that...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to ditch the Sporefolk, right? And okay, so sure. Let's ditch them. Let's pick 2 more back alley delinquents and 2 learned herbalists, right?
Yeah. Let's
learned
see how that feels.
Herbalist. Oh, because it's 6 and 7. These are clerics. I even have 2 premiums, so it's okay. Let's make this 1.1. And okay, let's take her out for a spin, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So in the games that you've played so far, go ahead,
yes.
But how has you mentioned Chairman's contract being somewhat could be problematic for the influence? Has that been an issue in the games that you've played?
I mean, after I built this deck and played it around Gold and Diamond, I had a very, 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 very positive win streak, yeah, I mean, in a hand such as this, when you have Steering Sand in your hand and you have time, contract, contract is perfect. And that is also why I think we should just keep this hand.
I think we keep it, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it is slow, it is very susceptible to all kinds of aggressive strategies. Fortunately, the opponent here redrew to 6, so we might have some leeway here. But I mean, let's not jump the gun on Mr. Storm Gunner. And let's see. So they're starting with Praxis. It might be a mirror match. Who knows?
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be super fun. Okay, which power do we begin with? I think it should be Crest of Mystery, because one of the cards we can draw is Backalley Delinquent. We don't have any...
I agree with that.
We can't play Quarry off of any of these power. Also, I just skipped over the power base. Great Kiln Titan, we're gonna draw it. Or do we put it on the bottom?
That's tough. I would say put it on the bottom, right? I think we just need to draw just actionable cards, stuff that we can play.
I could see that. Anyway, as for the power base, it's Crests, Seats, a couple of Sigils, obviously, and some Chairman's Contracts. The opponent played Power Stone, and we get a basic Sigil. I think the second power should be this Crest, and then we should go ahead and do some contracts as well.
Yep, seems good.
Seems good. Let's Crest it up. Or crest it down. I
think we keep this.
Yeah, we should keep this. This is gonna power us up further along the way. They are up to 4 and they're not playing anything, so as I said, we have some leeway. We have Seat of Impulse and Fire Sigil, so we have all the influence needed for Heart of the Vault, but I think I would rather just do Chairman's Contract to try and feed the Void.
Yeah. I almost feel like you banish his Power Stone too, just to kind of set him back a turn.
Oh, yeah. You're correct. You are right, sir. And Learned Herbalist and Emerging Colossus. I didn't think about that banish, but you are correct. Yes, let's do that. Let's make the opponent slightly more miserable. Haha!
Yeah, I
you
understand.
didn't banish this. Yes, opponent. But then, they are running Temple standards.
Okay.
So we gotta look out. Anyway, it's second contract into Stirring Sand.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And what do we get here? We got Crest, not a lot.
That's fine.
But at least we know what we're gonna draw.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And let's get Emerging Colossus. Unfortunately, we don't have any further cards in the Void, costing 6 or more to get with it. But if we even draw, Backalley Delinquent or Learned Herbalist and discard one of those Hearts of the Vault, then we can just go ahead and play this out. The opponent, it looks like the opponent is just running an even Praxis deck, the even Sentinel list.
Makes sense.
The question is, what do we do now? I mean, for sure we're playing Seat of Impulse.
Yeah.
Also, great article series on teamrankstar.com. The question is, do we attack or do we keep it back for a moment with potential Annihilate? In Praxis, they usually have problems dealing with large units. Or do we kill this and attack with everyone?
I'm a fan of attacking and then letting them choose to block, and then we keep the Annihilate defensively.
Okay.
Because I think really putting on pressure under their life total is going to make them have to have responses.
Okay.
And then next turn we're going to play a hard.
Do we annihilate now?
I think we wait because we're going to annihilate during their turn no matter what.
Okay. Yes, it's going to be Annihilate into Heart of the Vault, just looking good. And I'm guessing they're seeking non-power, and if you see Seek Answers, it's usually one of those even decks. In the last couple of days, I have seen a lot of even Argentport Paladins. They have been a total menace for me. Okay, let's annihilate this.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, annihilate that.
They have no fast spells, but Usually from fast spells they have Conflagrate max. Copper Conduit coming into play as a 3/3. That's not a big one. So let's attack and play hard, or do we play hard first?
I would attack and then play hard.
I don't think that's much of a difference, and we can draw... No, it doesn't matter, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think it,
Yeah, it does not matter. It only matters that they see the stop, but they saw the stop anyway. And let's play one of the hearts, kill this unit. I mean, it's still a unit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we don't need to reanimate, we can just play it for 7.
Yeah, that looks good. If they kill anything, yeah, we're in a great spot.
I think this is almost over. We can just double annihilate, put them to 1. I think this is actually the play. The opponent redrew to 6, had a very slow hand. We stopped them further by banishing that Power Stone as well. This looks like a Joe, but we do have 2 units. And we can just Heart of the Vault phase next turn. Oh, it's even worse. It's even worse. They're trying to find their way, but they're failing.
Yeah, they are going to die a horrible death, yeah.
Okay. Game 1 down.
Yeah, it was a pretty clean game 1. That's it. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. I mean, granted, they stumbled pretty heavily, but that's exactly what you're looking for from the deck.
Yes, but this is the beginner level. Yeah, sure, we're doing it on Master, but this is the beginner level. Now we're going for... now we're going for intermediate.
I'm glad one of your deck names was A Hoot and a Half.
The deck's name was A Hoot and a Half. It's a Huru Nostrix Cliffside Porter deck. Nostrix and Cliffside Porter. But that's gonna happen in a week or 2 on deck check.
Okay.
And right now, this is a clear redraw. I hate 1 power hands. Dear Direwolf, fix please. Thank you. Yours truly, Calebovitsch. This is more problematic for me. We have...
I honestly think you can keep it. You know, if we draw 1 purple, we're good to go.
It's too late. We have to keep it.
Yeah, we're keeping it.
I mean, we're going second and we have the scout. I was also reluctantly keeping it. And we need to draw a shadow. I mean, we still have Chairman's Contract. This one goes to the bottom.
Yeah.
We have 1, we have Grasping at Shadows as well. What is the opponent playing? Looks like one of my decks.
Yeah, I was about to say, this looks like we're gonna have some time. It could be Rack or Rack, whatever the Rack card is.
Red Cage?
Rack Cage, there we go. I don't know where I came from Colony.
Chairman's Contract or Time Sigil?
I would say Time Sigil.
Okie doke.
Just get your influence out there.
Yeah, and crossing my fingers to get...
Yes, well, we do have to harden the card a little bit. You know, one of the nice things about our current setup is that if we do Chairman's Contract away, you know, some big Sentinels, then we do have a
just an out, yes.
Hands. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but let's see what's in our future. Shadow and Heart of the Vault and Heart of the Vault. This is the worst use of Warp, when you know you're not gonna do anything.
Yep, that's sad.
Yeah. But okay.
Also that there was a purple power on top of the deck.
Yeah. Crown of Possibilities. Yeah, looks like we're gonna get some time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to stop right here. Severin. Granite Ring. Ring. Trailmaker. As I said, these are important to get us the missing power usually. So let's get Shadow. Let's get Shadow. And honestly, I'm thinking about quarrying into power and playing Back Alley Delinquent into Emerging Colossus.
looks like that.
Right now, I think it's just going to be delinquent into sabotage. And I think what we're discarding is Emerging Colossus.
Yeah, it seems
because
right.
then we're discarding Kiln Titan and it can give us that, etc., etc. So the opponent still has 3 cards in hand. Let's see what they are. One of them is an Annihilate. No, it's Devour and Equivocate.
I think you get rid of Equivocate here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's the most problematic.
I mean, they're not gonna devour this guy.
On an unrelated note, I'm really happy that this person's sitting at Masters 208 with a Crown of Possibilities deck. It brings joy to my life.
Okay, let's just annihilate it. So yeah, we're giving it +2. And okay, when we're so far behind, I think usually my play is playing Quarry, praying for a non-depleted power, then just annihilating Vara. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's what I would end up doing. Because we don't have power in the market. I wouldn't necessarily get the merchant out there.
Yeah, otherwise it would be merchant for sure.
Yeah,
but here
query and just hope for the best. Yeah.
Seek Power works as well.
Yeah, we'll take it.
But it's our 3rd Stirring Sand, so we have 1 here, 1 in the void, 1 at the bottom, and 1 in the market. So everything is accounted for. This is gonna go for 2nd Shadow, I think, for Grasping at Shadows.
Yeah.
Play that Shadow, and I think we can annihilate right now.
Right.
Because then we can attack for 1. Haha! Take that. Snicker.
So next turn, do we just we have to Stirring Sands? Ooh, that's nice.
We have Chairman's Contract, and this will allow us to Grasping at Shadow and have a non-depleted one. So yeah, we're attacking here for sure. They still have Stop for Devour, and we're playing Grasping at Sentinels.
I almost think we get Heart of the Vault so that we can get a little bit deeper into our deck. But what do you think?
I actually think we get Colossus.
Okay.
Then we can discard Great Kiln Titan. We can draw that Heart of the Vault. I mean, we are kind of lacking power for it.
That's true.
If it was Great Kiln Titan, I would go for Titan for sure.
Okay.
Another Crown of Possibilities. No units though. So that's good.
Sign.
This is a good sign as well. So yeah, let's go for Back Alley Delinquent. Discard Great Kiln Titan. Play Sabotage. Do you want to devour your Severin, or do you want to... Yeah, for sure.
There we go.
There we go, there we go. Oh, they drew something.
Oh wow, that feels good. Nice.
Feels so good, man. Okay, so let's attack with both. Let's get that Great Kiln Titan back. Its cost is reduced by 6 down to 2. We have 2, but only 1 fire, and oh look, we have a 2nd fire. Thank you, Seat of Impulse. Great Kiln Titan, and we go. And we get a merchant, so we can trade merchant for Xenon Temple.
Xenon Temple seems right, yeah.
Or Sabertooth Pride Leader. No, I think it's Xenon Temple. It's a removal.
Yeah, I think it's Xenon Temple, yeah.
Okay, so this is intermediate.
Yeah, this is where we want to be.
Flying Grief. Oh my goodness. So much lifesteal.
That actually could be problematic.
Yeah, but when we get Temple...
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need to Temple first. If we Temple, if we switch here, it's 20. We can scare one of these units, right?
Right.
On the other hand, what can we get? We can get Heart of the Vault.
Heart of the Vault, yeah.
But we don't have the remaining this. What if we contract now? Do we contract? We can also Xenon Augury.
I think contract and see what happens. I don't think it's going to change the math much, but
Yeah, did not. Okay, go for Xenon Temple. And right now, I think I actually want to go for Xenon Augury, get up to 10. Just in case of some shenanigans.
Absolutely.
And we get Trailmaker, get a red.
Sure, yeah.
Because then we can get a red. And when we have red, we can attack with these. We can get back Heart of the Vault. We can smack them for 2 for free.
That feels good.
And we can draw a torch.
Draw a torch. Oh.
Of a quarry.
Heart of the cards.
Of a quarry. And there's a Great Doom Titan in the void. So, of a quarry. And there's a torch. Oh. And there you go, my friend. Intermediate finished. Now let's go for hard.
Hard mode, yeah. That's playing to your routes in the best way possible. That's again. I mean, I think that really showcases the versatility of the deck. You know, granted, they had a lower start and they weren't applying very much pressure. I still like that it can pivot from a more aggressive, fast reanimator to just playing a really strong mid-range game with, obviously sort of a combo finisher. I also love the concept of gatekeeping people who are in Diamond 1 with Junk.
Yeah, this is once again a 1 power hand, so let's redraw this.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, hello.
This doesn't do a ton,
6.
but
I would like to go to 6.
You'd like to go to 6? All right, I trust you.
This hand does nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't want to react it. Okay.
This one is slightly better. We can
having the Herbalist helps, yeah.
We can even ramp up a bit. Usually I just start with Crest. Chairman's Contract. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. That seems reasonable.
I mean, from the moment I saw that power, I thought to myself, yes. Then I started opening it in draft, and I said, no.
Yeah. Draft, it seems really, really bad.
Trailmaker and Seed of Chaos. And let's obviously discard this Titan. And let's gatekeep this. Oh, they have no sigils in hand. Okay. Black Hole War Leader. Yeah, I think that's one we need to kill. Which removal do we use though?
I like using Torch here. Are they going to play anything bigger that Torch can't take care of later?
I'm thinking. I mean, this is probably Stone Scar, just Stone Scar.
Yeah, I'd still think we should play the Torch.
Okay, they can have Smuggler. They can have Chafu. Sorry, not Chafu, Cha-Cha. Champion of Chaos.
Okay.
But they're gonna have one or the other power. So yeah, I agree. We can just torch it here. I mean, they can be running Tazboos, Dragons, Godans.
Right. Yeah,
and we gain a health, and we attack for 2. And those health gains might prove useful. Might prove useful indeed. Especially against an aggressive deck. And now it's just the case of drawing one of 5 reanimate spells or Cha-Cha. Okie doke, let's just play the power and play secret pages on their turn. And get a shadow. Get a shadow, then we are up to 5. We have everything but 1 red. And yeah, things are looking on the up and up.
Yeah, that's
even if they are all tapped out and we play Great Kiln Titan and it can get us an additional threat, we might be in the game. Arista, getting them a shadow, sure. Playing something. They don't have a 3rd red, and I'm guessing they're playing the Tazboo version, but we're gonna see it in a moment. Okie doke, and there's another Shadow Sigil. I think we want to get red here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure we want to attack through this. This cannot block. The question is, do I want to annihilate Rista? Or do I want to keep it back?
I think we keep it back. I think we're worried about big, scary things at this point.
Okay. I would tend to agree. I mean, the thing is that they're just going to play a power and a war cry, but one war cry shouldn't be a thing. This Champion of Chaos, unfortunately, is a thing. I'm not sure we can gatekeep them much longer, sir.
Mm-hmm. We're one reanimate spell away.
In this situation, do we annihilate this?
I can see annihilating here, yeah.
To prevent them from war crying. They're not going to play a 5-drop dragon or Tazbu this turn.
Right.
So yeah, there's that.
So we're in a little bit of a tight spot, but I think that annihilate at least buys us a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. It's just the case of drawing some good cards. I mean, we can war part of the vault, and we should be okay if we hit anything.
That's pretty much what we're hoping to see at this point.
Yeah, hitting anything. Well, opponent, what is it going to be? I think they're thinking about killing this unit. No, Black Hole War Leader, sure. Seek Power. Yeah, that's when I'm playing 10 out of 10. And we're getting... doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
And I'm playing one of them anyway. We need to keep one if we draw Merchant, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But if we draw Great Kiln Titan or Emerging Colossus and we want to play it, we want to keep it quite up there, I think. Also, Learned Herbalist gained us 1, 2, 3, 4 health already. That's a good addition. That's a good addition indeed.
Yeah.
The problem is they're getting Tazbu into play now.
Yeah. Yeah, this starts, unless we get a reanimate spell rather quickly or a Heart of the Vault, this will turn poorly for us.
Yeah, this has been scripted.
Mm-hmm.
But the script was poor for us. Yeah. That is...
Not what we want to see.
That is too much, probably. I mean, I'm still playing this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we draw a Merchant, we can swap this for Stirring Sand. We have to chump here. Unless they have a removal, then it's unfortunately no gatekeeping. I said it. It's hard level.
Yes, it's hard mode. Which,
hard
you know,
of
honestly,
the vault.
I hope that I'm happy for them. I hope they get into Masters based off this game.
And then they can see it on Team Rankstar's YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe now for free.
Yeah, it's a big board. Oof. Yeah, I think that's it for us. All right, so
Okay.
hard mode, it's a little bit difficult, you know.
Let's try this hard mode once again.
Mm-hmm.
What say you?
All right, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, I think going down, you know, honestly, despite the second hand not looking fantastic, I think we could have kept it, you know, but that's, again, results-based thinking, so I don't think that's accurate. But I think, you know, with two, I can't remember exactly how the hand laid out, but I'm pretty sure it was two power.
It was Time Sigil and Chairman's Contract.
And then a Seek Power, right?
I think so, and Vanish. I mean, in theory, you could go from that, but...
Yeah, the Banish would have been good, but we didn't know. So this person, do we think they're playing Yetis? Do we just assume that?
I mean, we're going first. I think this is a keeper.
Yeah, I think this is fine. We really do need more power, but I think it's still fine.
I mean, we have two half draws of cringing into power, and this is another case where I would like to, but we can't.
Yeah, we can.
This is another case of this little dude coming handy.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, they are playing Yetis. How did you know that? Okay, I think it's Trailmaker getting Shadow.
Shadow, yeah, absolutely.
Getting Shadow next turn. It should be Aurelian Merch for something good.
Yeah, I don't even know if we merge it quite yet. That's annoying.
That is very annoying indeed. Okay, so they get to draw a card, sure. Mischievous Yeti. Seek Power. Seek Power is going to be fine. I think we keep it. It works like a depleted power, and we're gonna play a 3-drop anyway. And we need some more power.
The real question is, do we get the second shadow, or do we get
third fire?
red?
Yeah.
Fire,
Oh, this is going to be a slight problem. We are getting Yeti'd. The question is, do we want to banish this, or do we want to get Merchant? I think we want to get Merchant, so we're getting up to 4, up to 5. What are we taking out? 1 banish or Titan?
I think Titan.
Titan, okay.
Yeah,
what are we getting? Pride Leader?
Yeah, probably either Pride Leader or...
As I said, this is the anti-aggro card.
Yeah, I think Pride Leader.
I
almost think this... Oh, go ahead.
So what I want to do, we don't have anything in the Void, so I'm willing to go for a 3rd fire to play that Heart of the Vault sooner or later. So for me, it's getting... So for me, it's getting Fire, playing Merchants, exchanging Titan for Kitty.
I almost wonder if that Syrian Orb should become a power at this point.
Might be. That might be the change we are looking for. Let's get this. Now, if we manage to draw non-depleted power, we can just play Heart of the Vault, kill their sight. Yes, they are fending this off. Sure. Do we care? Not that much, really. Womp womp.
I think that would be worth banishing potentially, but also Kitty. Kitty seems like the right call. Oh, there we go.
I think we just Heart of the Vault the site.
Definitely.
Most def.
They also seem to be stuck on 3 power, which is good.
And next turn we can Kitty and banish, so looking good. Permafrost. Now this is where we die.
That's problematic.
Now this is where I wanted to say that Mysterium Orb could come in handy. Never mind. Okay, hard level seems quite hard.
Yes, definitely difficult.
Are you up for one final game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
You know, it's obviously a very draw dependent deck, and so I think smart mulligans are key.
Yes.
Just being really aware of what numbers you have, but it gets really clunky hands like sometimes, which is unfortunate.
For example, we don't have time for Trailmaker, so this is a slight problem. So for me, this is a redraw.
It's a redraw.
This one is as close to perfect as it can get.
Yeah, I think this is better than 6 anyway.
No, this is better than 5 even. Okay, let's go Crest. Stirring Sand. I think we want it.
Yeah, I think we keep it.
I mean, we do have Grasping at Shadow. We don't have second Shadow. We don't have second Time, but we're gonna quarry for something anyway.
Yeah. Maybe there's a discussion we made for that, but it looks like they're going slow. I also think we don't necessarily pressure that.
Yeah, let's quarry.
Yep, sounds good. See if we can get a power. Yeah,
let's get a power. Unfortunately, we are not feeding the Void yet. And Trancer. Dodged that bullet. Another Shadow Sigil. Okay, so we are good on power. We're missing some for Heart of the Vault, though. Question is, what are we getting? Aurelian Merch. That can get us what? Xenon Temple?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we keep it.
Yeah, I think we keep it because then it does help us ramp. Though even more so now, I think we want to power Fire Time power in this market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could go for a Praxis banner there. Xenon Cultist. This looks like a meme deck. This looks like a Wisp deck. This looks like we're gonna kill it.
We're gonna kill it, definitely.
Oh yeah. Now, what we want to take out? I think we want to take out Shadow Sigil.
Yeah, that seems smart.
I mean,
Right.
we're not needing this influence.
Nope.
And we're getting Xenon Temple just to draw some cards, probably. Also, it looks like they're quite void dependent with this. So we can just take over their void. Maybe. Oh, we're gonna draw an additional card. Thank you, opponent.
That feels nice, yeah.
Back Alley Delinquent is nice.
So do we see the power?
Yes, I think we do seek power.
Let's see which one we have more of in there.
Yeah, we go for fire.
Fire, definitely, yeah.
I still think we play this. We play Xenon Temple, because we have a blocker. I mean, we can lose it, unfortunately. We can lose the side, but I want to play Xenon Augury and try to draw something.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Torch? Torch seems nice.
Yeah, Torch is good.
And... oh, it doesn't cost 0. It's not Quarry, sorry.
Yeah, I wish.
For a moment I thought it was Quarry. Oh, but if Xenon Augury put all the other cards in the void, would be much better for this deck. Temple Tactic. Oh my goodness.
Well, alright then.
Alright then, sir.
Yeah.
We just need to feed the void. Void Drama. Heart of the Vault is on top. How do we want to do it?
So I feel like we could maybe delinquent and pitch the other Heart of the Vault just to see what's in their hand and then torch the 2/2.
Alright, so let's pitch this. What you got there?
Tactic.
I think it's Tactic.
Yeah, I think it's tactic. It's just annoying.
Sure, they do have that Devour. Yeah, we just kill this. Now.
We can, yeah. So I think we can wait, but we can also do it.
No, because when it attacks, it gives +2/+2 to all units in their void, and they want to reanimate units in their void.
Right,
Also, the next thing we're getting off of the merch is for sure Luminary Claimer. If we have enough time.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think we'll have plenty of time. I think we can just pitch the next delinquent.
Okie doke. What you got there? Yeah, Soulbringer for Void Drummer. That's unfortunate. That's a big boy.
So do we Stirring Sand for the... Or do we just go for the Reclaimer here?
I mean... I was thinking about just grasping at Shadows, this Heart of the Vault to have a blocker, and still killing this.
That seems fine.
So let's grasp at Heart. Kill this. It gets bigger, unfortunately. We are getting a good power to play the other one, but we still need to kill this somehow, somewhere. And that's why we don't need Heart of the... Seed of Chaos. And this just stays here. What can we get from the market? Another Stirring Sands? No, I think we need to... Heart. Yeah, this being unblockable is a problem. Sure. Tazboo? Yikes. They still have that Devour.
Yeah, they still have the Devour. No.
The Devour helps them too much. We can Delinquent this away, get Devour out of their hand, and just Stirring Sands for that. I don't know if it's any good.
I mean, that might not be a bad play. I think we get...
So you're up for it?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot.
Let's see what else they have.
Oh, just the devour and probably a power. And let's stir the sands once again. Heart face.
Yep.
Heart face. Learned herbalist. I think that's something we need to switch. Switch.
Yeah, for a Luminary Claimer.
Or for stirring sands. It's gonna depend on how this turn works out. Think we need to get Tazbu here. Catch the pigeon, get the Tazbu. Current and merge. I think
they're getting.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe a dark return.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
You know what would make a lot of sense right here, right now, though? Having Nova Quake Titan in the market instead of Mysterium Orb.
Right.
Because then we could just take it and then next turn just bond it. Probably.
I think there's a world where Nova Quake cut.
I think right now we want to merge and Stirring Sand once again for Heart of the Vault and try and draw something. Kill this. Maybe. I mean, we are on a clock and they do have a pretty devastating Tazbu for us soon. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can stir now. Kill merch. And once again, it's nothing, but I still replay it. It's still drawing half a power.
Yeah, that seems solid.
That does seem solid. That seems very solid indeed.
That having a block.
Sorry, you cut out for the last one.
Oh, having a blockable, so backbreaking on that unit.
Yes, indeed. Oh, it's another Tazbu. I think we just attack with both hearts here. I mean, we're dead in 2 turns anyway. And this gives us a small chance, honestly. Sure.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah, they're drawing 2 cards. But it also deals 2 damage to them. And we're playing Colossus, because we're a Reanimator that can just play it out. No, so we're not a Reanimator, we're just an Animator.
Yeah, there you go. Ramp Animator.
We need to draw a couple of good cards here.
Yeah, what could we draw that would be good? Obviously, like an Annihilate.
Sporefolk into a couple of good cards in the Void, into Heart of the Vault, getting us something into...
We're not playing Sporefolk now.
Oh, right, sorry. So that's a good question now.
Yeah, I think probably just some removal. Way to get rid of that is important. There we go.
You might be correct. You might be correct indeed. Okay, so...
we play the 0 mana thing, just that vanish.
I agree. Let's attack with both. Let's attack with both and get rid of their side of the board. Sure.
I don't think they quite realize how that is.
Okay. So we get one of those. We play it for free.
Yeah, I think
we target face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only target, really.
There we go.
There we go for this.
I think we save the Annihilate for Tazbu.
Obviously. Oh no! They're getting eaten. And let's end turn. Okay, so that was a good turn of events.
I'm not sure. What do you think about that block?
That block was terrible. I would block this one
Okay.
with the deadly for sure. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, maybe I'm misreading this, but that just seemed incorrect.
I think we're just chomping here because I don't want the opponent to get a tribute off of this. So sure, let's sacrifice this one. Which wisp are they getting? The unblockable one that we're gonna annihilate end of turn? Oh no, Soulbringer. Nocturnal Creeper. It is a problem, but not really. And I think we kill it right now.
Yep.
On the other hand, Annihilate costs 0.
So yeah, we have time.
Yeah, we do. Merge and Seed. Okay, what can Merge get us? Mysterium Orb.
Mysterium or...
And we have a Heart of the Vault here as well. So it's 13 and we have an Annihilate. I think that can give us lethal. You know?
Yeah, let's...
I have a dream where we get Mysterium Orb. Play it out. Give this one Overwhelm and attack with both.
Do we annihilate here?
No. We can annihilate after bad blocks.
Okay.
And then Overwhelm ships it up to their face.
Okay.
We're just counting on the opponent to block something like this. So this is not going through right now. It is 2, 6, 7, 8, but this is deadly. What we can also do is annihilate one of these, like this one. Get this one back off of Overwhelm, and play it and finish this one.
Yeah, I like that play.
I mean, this is not the perfect plan.
Deadly?
No, because then there's no Overwhelm.
Gotcha.
And he can bring himself back, but it's not the correct play right now. Oh no, we're running out of time.
Pew.
Yeah, that's a play for the future turn, for the next turn. Just no unblockables, opponent, please. No more returns. Vara. Sure.
There you go.
There you go, opponent. Creep. Creep round.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there's...
Yeah, we're just gonna kill the creep, right?
Yeah, I think we kill the creep here.
Get something good.
There it is.
And let's attack with this, so they have to double block. Or get to 1 and die to Nightfall.
Okay.
That was the opponent's actually miscalculating.
Yes.
This was the master level game.
I think I just ate my words about Mysterium more.
Oh my god. I mean... What we went back from the brink a couple of times.
That was good. So what? 3 and 2?
3 and 2 indeed. 3 and 2 indeed.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so let's sum the deck up now. To be honest, in the beginning I was quite reluctant about shipping those Sporefolk out. But now, with that Learned Herbalist and that Back Alley Delinquent, I think I have seen the light. I think this is an improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still not 100% convinced, or I think that there's some work that could be done as far as
Obviously.
The Trailmaker ramp situation. I'm not, I always wonder if Trailmaker does help fix the influence, which I think is really important, but the problem of like losing the body so easily to pretty much everything came up a few times. I think there some tinkering could be done with the numbers, maybe 2 Trailmaker and 2 Power Stone. Power Stone does have Great Kill and Titan synergy. I mean, it's not
Great Kill and Titan has also Mysterium Orb synergy of dealing 3.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's so Mysterio board definitely.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the main board looks good. The market, I liked most things. The two things that I had the hardest time with were Mysterio Mormon Lumen Reclaimer, because Lumen Reclaimer is so situational. When it's good, but I almost wonder if it's like not worth quote unquote wasting a spot in our market for that. And just putting in like a power to help us fix our, because I think that power wins us more games than Lumen Reclaimer does over time. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that Lumen Reclaimer becomes a Praxis banner, and then overall I think it's pretty good. Oh, I liked Xenon Temple a lot. I liked it more than I thought I would.
Okay, cool. So if we were to make some changes, it would be 4 Trailmakers down, sorry. Learned Herbalists up. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Power Stones.
Power Stones, yeah.
Just to check them out. Power Stones.
A lot of things say power on them.
Yes, and for the market, we take out Lumen Reclaimer and get Praxis Banner. And okay, so this is version 1.15 now. And this is what you would play, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think pretty smooth. I think there's an argument that can be made about 3 Seats of Impulse versus 3 Chaos and whatever, maybe tinkering with numbers, but
I think I like that because we have the Praxis banner in the market now.
Exactly. But all in all, I think it's a pretty smooth situation. I'd like to see some more. I'd like to see some more from the deck. If we're interested in playing it and giving us feedback, we'd love to hear it.
What do you think about Emerging Colossus?
Emerging Colossus was a little weak. The problem is because you have to attack with it in order to be really that effective. So I'm wondering if you could is there a world where we do a 2-2 split of like Emerging Colossus or maybe 2 Emerging Colossus, 1 Novic Titan, and 1 something else? That may be too much. I almost just feel like this should be a Sandstorm Titan again. Just to get that sort of mid-range aggressive.
Maybe instead of those Power Stones.
Yeah, potentially. I do like the ramp I do like the ramp of those, but I don't know. Emerging Colossus felt very middling. What do you think?
I am in love with Emerging Colossus, so I'm biased.
I understand. Yeah, I respect it. I really like it. I wish there was a more immediate effect. I would say, if anything, maybe try 3 Emerging Colossus and 1 Novaquake and just see how that goes.
Okay.
Because Novaquake corner case does have a lot of application, and I don't necessarily want to make space for it in the market. I think it's better in the main and just kind of dig for it when you need it.
The long and short of it is there is a room to grow here. Grow like those Sentinels out from the sands.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, sir, Aphelion.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, would you like to say some parting words?
Yeah, absolutely. If you liked the we provide and that Caleb produces for you, please check out teamrankstar.com, and then of course check out our sponsors, Inked Gaming and Acquire and Opseat. We have corresponding links that we can include, but basically code TRS12 on any of those sites. It should get you a discount. Usually about 10 to 12%. Pay them a visit, and that's by purchasing through them using those codes, you directly support us, which we appreciate, and that helps us.
Yes, we do.
Moving forward with content that
like this.
But exactly like this. So that being said, thank you guys for taking the time to watch us. Thank you, Caleb, for having me on. I had a really
thank you very much.
And I look forward to seeing more of this deck.
Okay, thank you, and take care, everyone. See you on my streams. Bye.